The daughters of one of Scotland's ultrasound pioneers have spoken of their hope that his unfinished work to end crippling injuries among sonographers will finally be realised after his death. Thomas Brown, the visionary young electrical engineer who famously blagged his way into the landmark project, died aged 86 on December 13. Before falling ill with pneumonia in 2014, he devoted his retirement to researching how to redesign ultrasound technology to cut the high rates of repetitive strain injury plaguing sonographers worldwide. Researchers indicated that as many as 80 to 90% of sonographers develop musculoskeletal disorders caused by the way they have to stand and move their joints during scanning. As a result, the profession has a high incidence of sickness absence and early retirement due to injury. The father of three became aware of the problem in 2006 when his youngest daughter, Rona, developed a serious complication called vasa previa during pregnancy. The condition, where fetal blood vessels block the birth canal, is not routinely screened for but was picked up by chance at 36 weeks by a trainee sonographer. Ms. Brown said, "Had I gone into labor naturally, those arteries would have ruptured, the baby would have died and I'd have been at risk as well." Dad was obviously very pleased that, through his invention, my son had avoided anything terrible happening, but he became very interested in the issue. He found out that one of the reasons why screening wasn't happening as much as it should was because there are not enough sonographers available. There is a very high attrition rate due to RSI. Mr. Brown, then 73, subsequently secured research funding to investigate a solution. His was cut short by illness, however, which eventually culminated in him moving into a care home in Kirkcaldy. His daughter Katie Brown said, "He was really struggling towards the end of that period, but he was just so tenacious to the point where he had bought a lathe to try and design and create a prototype himself in his shed at home. He was an extraordinary person. His house was like Wallace and Gromit. He was so fiercely independent and there was every solution inbuilt into that house to allow him to function and carry on doing his work. I'm still hopeful that something can come about that would allow it to be carried on and taken forward." The family has retained all their father's paperwork and experts at Glasgow School of Art have already expressed an interest in progressing his research, but it remains in limbo for now. For his family, the innovation would be a fitting legacy for a life marked out by ingenuity. Born and brought up in Glasgow, as a schoolboy he was fascinated by dismantling and reassembling household items and building radio sets. He taught himself electrical engineering. For more on this story, visit the news article link.